Well, congrats to Colorado State. They played a great game. Really took us out of our rhythm. Um, once I thought we missed some shots in the first 12 or 13 minutes that are really good shots for us. Um, and then as the game progressed, they got a little bit more physical. They took away some of the stuff we were trying to do. Um, and then the second half, I thought, Isaiah Stevens really took over the game and, showed why he's one of the best point guards in college basketball. I just thought he made great decisions with the ball, hit some dagger threes when we had a little bit of momentum. But we weren't quite ourselves, but Colorado State deserves a lot of credit for that.
Questions?
Obviously, this was not this team's best shooting performance. How much of that is just shots weren't falling, and how much of that is shot selection?
I thought there were a couple early where we had an opportunity maybe to make, one more pass. But I also think we had a lot of really good shots. Baylor got to the rim, missed a couple layups. We got it down deep to Kalk. He missed a couple. Trey had some great looks. We just didn't make them. And then as the game went on, I thought we pressed a little.
Ryan, as a player, what does that do for you guys out there mentally when you see some great shots not going in, some layups that you normally hit at a really high rate? What does that do for the team kind of moving forward, trying to get yourself out of that rut?
I think the biggest thing is we can't let it affect how we play the next possession. I think maybe in the first half it got to us a little bit. In the second half it started to get to us a lot more. We didn't when we saw shots not falling, we weren't as sharp as we were in defense. We had a few defensive lapses, and especially on those nights when shots aren't falling is when you really, really need to be perfect on defense. And we didn't do that today, but there's a lot of great stuff to learn from that, so we'll be all right.
Only 10 assists today. Did you feel the ball movement was a little better yesterday, or was that something that was just because of the shots?
No, we missed a lot of shots. You're not going to have many assists when you miss 23 three-point shots.
Ryan, what were they doing to kind of limit your touches or make it tough once you guys did get the ball inside?
I just think they did a good job of making me think someone was coming when maybe they weren't, or maybe they were coming. They threw a few different looks at us. But I think at the end of the day, when we're missing shots like that, we got to do better getting shots at the rim, whether it's me in the post or just driving and setting our feet. Either way it goes, we just got to see if you go in and figure out how to get some easy looks when they're not falling.
How do you think their physicality affected you offensively?
I think it's something we definitely had to adjust to it. Just senior, it's not the first time I've seen the team be physical. I probably could have done a better job of adjusting to it, though.
Without going back and watching the tape, what are some of the things that you think you can learn from this game, Mac?
Yeah, I'll know more when I watch the film and really, grade the shot selection on our side. They were one of the better three-point shooting teams in the country. We did a good job on that part of the game defensively. I thought we were indecisive with some of our switches, which allowed some scores at the basket that we wanted to try to eliminate. 34 points in the paint in a game like this was way too many. That's usually a battle that we need to try to win. But there's a lot to learn from it. You find out. Anybody can be an unselfish group and be together when things are going well. It's when you have a little adversity, you find out, okay, what are we really made of? I'm confident. We have a couple days here after an off day tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, to work on ourselves before we turn our attention to Oklahoma State next week. So that we haven't had that in a while because of all the game prep. So that will, be good for us to really spend some time on ourselves.
Just real quick, Baylor nicked his ankle midway through, but he looked like he was running a little better. Any comment on his status?
Yeah, I think he's okay. He rolled it pretty good, and just glad it wasn't anything worse.
Sorry. Looking ahead, now you're on the road, right? Coming up, two tough games, and how do you regroup after this?
Yeah, you go back to work. You don't. We try to take each game in itself, and there's things to learn from every game, whether you win or lose, and I think the mature teams learn from both. And you try to find some things that you did well as well, and pull those out and watch them in the film room. So we'll do that as well. But it's one game of a long season. We didn't play very well. We had a couple of these last year where I didn't really recognize the team out there. But you also have to have a short memory. You need to figure out what we did wrong, what could we do better. But also, like, we need to always move on to the next play, whether something good or bad happened. You also have to, flush this after you watch it and learn from it and get ready for the next one.